Good to be back again. Hello again, everybody. Lance Russell and Dave Brown right along the ringside, ready to go with what I think is going to be an outstanding program today. David?
Oh, I think you're right. Opening up today, Pat Tanaka in a single match. A little bit later on, it'll be the return. First time in many, many moons. Dennis Hall is going to be here. He will have Dolly Parker with him. That'll be in a single match. Tracy Smothers will be going against the Ninja. Should be a very interesting match there.
You're right there.
Jeff Jarrett goes against Big Larry Wright. We'll have an 8-man tag team match with the Japanese team teamed up with Dirty Rhodes and Don Bass going against the Bryant brothers and their partners, and then the expiration of time match of the day. On one side of the ring, it's going to be Big Bubba and Bubba Monroe, and on the other side of the ring, it will be Excitement Incorporated, Rick McCord and John
What a dandy
Paul.
in the making right there. Hey, listen, in addition to that, we will be talking about a historic rule that will have an exception made, and we'll have more about that a little later in the program. We're going to take time out now. Be back and see Pat Tanaka in just a moment. Keith Eric waits in the ring. He will be the opponent of Pat Tanaka in our opening match. And here comes the young Hawaiian, David.
One fall, 15-minute time limit match coming up right here. Keith Eric out of Memphis, Tennessee at 206 pounds. Pat Tanaka from Hawaii at 210 pounds. Referee Jerry Calhoun has called for the bell to sound. There it goes, and here we go. Warm-up jacket. Pat Tanaka trying to take it off, and Keith Eric jumps him from behind. He does have the warm-up jacket off, but Keith Eric nailed him back on the ropes. Eric fired him across the ring. Tanaka steps over, back kick, and Keith Eric hits the mat. Eric, in one of those situations, I guess, where he figured you got to go for him quick. Look at Tanaka, rolls him down, shoulders are down, counts at 2 and 3, got it!
Boy, he is so smooth, and he will get you with some of those surprise moves. And Keith Eric thought he was going to have an advantage by jumping him before he got the jacket off. Not so.
No, Tanaka turned the tables on him, put him down quickly, and in 29 seconds, Pat Tanaka has the count of 3.
Boy, he snatched him up and put him down and got the 1, 2, 3 on him. We've had a lot of folks that have asked us about. We've had a couple of interviews from Paul Diamond, who, of course, had his leg, his knee, and all broken right here on television by the classy team of the Japanese who used a chair and so forth. I think most of you know that. Paul has gone back to Canada, as you know, Dave, to recuperate, and he's going to be out of action for quite a while. We did get a telephone report from Paul and thought we would share it with you. Here's Paul Diamond.
Here I sit in my room looking out the window and the beautiful, beautiful scenery, and it doesn't faze me one bit because all my brain has been programmed on the last 3 weeks is those 3 Japanese geeks, Tojo, Sato, and Gota, and that one event that took place on Memphis television. You know, I'm proud to have Jeff and Jerry Jarrett and Pat as my good friends. And any time, well, regardless who it is, if it's 2-on-1 or 3-on-1, 4-on-1, especially when it comes to my friends, I'm going to go out and help. That's what I felt I had to do when Sato and Goto and Tojo and Memphis Vice and whoever was taking advantage of my friends. Out I went trying to help them, and I wound up with a broken leg. Now, I understand fighting and battle and winning matches is one thing, but when you intentionally try and hurt somebody, that's another. Sato and Goto, Tojo, especially you should know that, because now for weeks I have no money coming in, no way to support myself. So let me tell you something. You just think about it real carefully, the feeling of the leg snapping and the pain you have caused me. Because once I'm back, you're all going to get a double in return.
Well, I tell you, it's painful to even look at that footage over again. Standing by a guy who just came up with a great win. I liked it. The guy jumped you before it ever got started, thinking he's going to get the advantage. You turned the tails on him and really put it on time.
Yeah, I tell you, it seems like every time I step in the ring, they jump me from behind. Like last week, Ninja did.
Yeah.
And and he gave me a really good beating. And then when I got back up to my feet, he just
went on back. He just took a run.
Yeah.
You know, just like a coward. But I tell you what, you know, I just signed a match with him, a lumberjack match. So that simply means he can't run no more.
That's right. There's going to be guys around the ring
Right.
so that if he jumps out of it, somebody will throw him right back in there with
That's right. So, Ninja, you be looking for me because you won't run this time.
It'll keep him right there in the ring. And I got to tell you, it's interesting to see two exponents of the martial arts go at it. I love Pat's style. He is so smooth and such an expert and really moves around. Young fella has got a great career ahead of him, and it's an opportunity with the Ninja. There will be guys around when they meet to throw him back in the ring. So, Pat Tanaka with an excellent future coming up. What is that I hear?
Use your mind, and they never give you credit. It's enough to drive you crazy, and you let it. Mind you life for service and devotion. You would think that I would deserve a best promotion. Move ahead, the boss don't seem to let me.
Hi, Dolly. I'm delighted to have you here on Championship Wrestling. Good to have you right here. Dennis, it has been a long time, my friend. You were last here very successfully with, I think most people remember Dennis Hall and Ken Lucas. I know you've been out on the West Coast, and you're back in the area.
Yeah, Lance, it's good to be back in good old Tennessee and the Midwest back here. Got lucky in Las Vegas. And you talk about winter. Miss Dolly Parton was my jackpot I hit when I was in Las Vegas. Told her about Nashville. She said, let's go to Nashville. I think I've got plans for you, Mr. Hall. And I said, okay, Dolly, let's go to Nashville. We've been down to Music Row and the Grand Ole Opry, and boy, she just enthused to be in Nashville. And it's good to be back, Lance. Looking forward to meeting some of this competition you got out here. And you got some of the toughest in the country. And that's why we're here, Lance. That's why we're here.
It's still here, tough.
Right.
Well, we're delighted to have you and Miss Dolly, and I hope she likes Nashville in the area. Okay, Dennis Hall, and we'll be seeing Dennis in action right now. Dennis, boy, I'll tell you, he can go. Outstanding athlete. Dave, we're ready for the introduction.
All right, we're ready with a one-fall 15-minute time limit match here. David Haskins out of Memphis, Tennessee at 235 pounds, climbing in the ring, and at about 227 from Las Vegas, Nevada now, with Dolly Parker over in his corner, Dennis Hall. And boy, I tell you what, you mentioned Dennis and Ken Lucas, his former partner several years ago. Boy, what a team they were. I remember some of the moves from...
I wish I could hear it.
Yeah,
I don't know, Dolly.
Up there?
Dolly, whoa! That's not a way to make friends, Dolly. Dennis trips off the vest as David Haskins was ready to kind of smack Miss Dolly right there. She was, I don't know what she was saying to him. She was poking him.
Well, she hit him first.
Oh, the crowd saying, how about that? Looking at the attire that Dennis is wearing, a little colorful legs with the wrestling attire. We're about ready for it. Miss Dolly comes out of the ring. Bell time, and here we go. Dennis Hall hooks the leg and pushes David Haskins back down. Haskins with a little weight advantage here over Dennis, and into the ropes. Coming off with that shoulder over the top goes David, and again a leap. Oh, a nice drop kick. A second one from Haskins. And Dennis out on the floor. He is staggered and stunned. And Dolly is over there saying, get back in there and beat him up. Don't let him do that to you.
I'm sure Dennis had not seen David Haskins. We've commented in the last few weeks at how much David Haskins has improved over the months. Oh, he got his head rammed into the turnbuckle there. Dennis Hall apparently decided he's going to use that kind of tactic against Haskins.
Hooked his head, slammed him into the top turnbuckle, snaps him over and down as he pops down on David Haskins. Dennis' trademark was always he is some kind of fine wrestler. And David Haskins deciding to dish out a little of that rough stuff himself. Haskins charges in. Dennis looked like he went into his tights, Dave. 1, 2, 3. And Dennis Hall
Definitely had something. Hit him up the side of the head with it.
sure did. That's not the Dennis Hall we remember. But he's been out on the West Coast and gone a long time, and David Haskins was the victim of the action of Dennis Hall. The winner, Dennis Hall. What
Minute 31.
1:31. We'll take time out now and be back.
Use your mind and they never give you credit. It's the love that drives you crazy and you let it. 9 to 5 for service and devotion.
Wednesday night, Evansville Coliseum coming back. Brother, you had so much fun. We had so much fun giving things away. We're going to do it again this Wednesday. Take a look.
It's giveaway night at Championship Wrestling. Look at these great prizes. A fun ball, dolls for the girls, and Sammy skates. Watches, a nativity scene, headset radios, this portable air compressor, 2 bug zappers, tools for the men, cookware sets for the women. All these great prizes on giveaway night at Championship Wrestling.
Yowza, your chance to win Wednesday night, plus great action, I can assure you, paid off by a sensational handicap hospital elimination match that's going to have Sato, Goto, Yamamoto, and Dirty Rhodes against Jeff and Jerry Lawler.
That's right, and I'm sure everybody's sitting out there thinking, wait a minute, that's 4 against 3.
That's right.
These guys are in a lot of trouble. That's what they're thinking, right? Well, wait a minute. Before you go thinking that, let me set something straight. You see, we might be in trouble if this match could be ended by being pinned, because then you're at a big disadvantage when there's 4 against 3. But there's no pin in this match, Lance. If you get pinned, the match just continues. That doesn't matter. And you can't get disqualified, and the match can't be stopped. There's no time limit. The only way this match ends, the only way you can be eliminated, is if somebody gets their head or their eyes or nose or mouth busted wide open and the blood's flowing down their face. Now, in this match, when it's these 3 men right here against any 4, I don't care who it is, I don't look at us as being at a disadvantage, brother, because you're going to see the old king in action. You're going to see change, you're going to see nuts, you're going to see everything, brother. Anything it takes to bust the heads of those stinking Japs and you, Dirty Rhodes, because I've had it up to here with you, and I'm not taking it anymore. The blood, Lance, is going to flow like wine in Evansville, and it's not going to be ours, it's going to be theirs. Am I right, brother?
That's right, Jerry.
I guarantee you Wednesday.
Yeah, does that one turn you on? Boy, I'll tell you, that is something else. Beautiful. Hey, we right now are at that time of the program that I wish we never got to, as a matter of fact.
right.
It's
Boy,
not one of my
Tony,
favorite
right?
times. We did, in fact, agree to run it, but boy, Tony, who has decided to have his one-man sanitation department comes up with some health tips every now and then, and so it is that time. Boy Tony's health tip. Let's take a look.
Hello, this is Boy Tony, and I'm here to report that my Fan Aid campaign has picked up. The contributions has come in. I'm real pleased. I want to thank all you people, and I want you to continue to send your money in to help me clean up all these dirty wrestling fans in this area. Now, as you remember, last week I taught all you people how to use soap. Now, I want to follow through and teach you what to do after you get out of the shower. Now, what you need is some of this. This is deodorant. You can buy this at your drugstore. It comes in sprays, sticks, and I like this right here. It's a roller. You can just take it, and you just take it out like this right here, and you just lift up your arms. Now, this will help you get rid of those dirty stains on your shirts, on your clothes. You use this, and you won't have them stains. So just lift up your arm and just rub a little bit on under there, and do this other one. And that will make you smell nice and eliminate those stains. Now, after that, you need some perfume. You need to smell nice. Now, I use this Joy. This is my favorite. But there's other kinds, like this is Paris, and this is White Shoulders. This is a good kind. And this here, this is Army, and this here is Opium. That's Opium. Now, some people use this here kind, but I never use this kind. This is polio. It's $35 a bottle, but I never use it. But this is my favorite right here, Joey. And you just squirt it on a little bit here and there, and you will smell just as beautiful as my flower garden. Now, this is Boy Tony, and I would like to encourage you to join me next week for another hygiene tip of the week right here.
Well, the highlight of my week, when we get the health tips from Boy Tony. Coming out right now, a young man we're delighted to have, former Mid-America champion Tracy Smothers. And Tracy, I got to say that you're going to be involved in a historic match. Traditionally, for as long as I have known wrestling, for as long as modern-day wrestling has been around, titles cannot change hand on a disqualification. But there is going to be an experiment that will be taking place. It's kind of like the experimenting with using video replays in football and things like that. They try things out, and tell us a little of the background on how this came about.
Well, Lance, I did go to Eddie Marlin. But first, what about this tips? This Boy Tony's coming out saying, Boy Tony, if anyone needs to brush their teeth or learn how to take a shower or learn how to use deodorant, it's you, brother, because you are the grubbiest human being I have ever seen in my life. But first, I do want to talk about that, Lance. I did go to Eddie Marlin, and he told me that I would have to go to a higher authority. So I went to the AWA, and I told him my situation. I told him what's happening. And I told him, hey, the champion, he can get himself disqualified at any time. He's got it made. I can never get the belt back like that. And they told me, they agreed to it. The title can change hands on a DQ. It doesn't, if I beat him, I can hit him with a chair, I can hit him with a purse, anything, it does not matter. But it can change hands on a DQ, brother. It seems like every time I've got you going and I've got you beat, you find some way to get yourself DQ'd.
Purposely, no question about that.
Exactly right. Let me tell you something, brother. If you can beat me man to man, then you are the better man. But I don't even think you're a man. You know what I'm saying? You're not even a man. I don't know what you are, and I don't care. But, brother, I'm coming after you.
The situation here is that you still have to win the match, which you're not complaining about that, because I think a lot of people feel like you've just said, Tracy, you can beat the son of a gun. But when you have somebody who abuses the rule, it's like a lot of other rules that we have in our society. Here's a guy who is deliberately abusing the rule, and I think it's very interesting that they're going to have a test match. They're going to have several of these matches. I understood you from what you told me that they said about it. They'll have several of these test matches where the title can change hands on a disqualification, right?
That's exactly right. He did say, it was a trial run. This is a historic rule. It's something, that people have never seen before. Boy, Tony, what goes around comes around, and, brother, you're going down.
Okay, good luck to you, Trace. You're going in the ring. It really, in effect, is another championship wrestling match. But in this case, the champion cannot abuse the rule of not changing hands on a disqualification. This is going to be a tough one right here. Let's forget about the championship and look at this one, Dave.
What is going on over here? Somebody from outside just flipped Tracy Smothers out of the ring.
What happened? I was walking back over here.
I don't know. Look somewhat. Someone had dark hair, but look, it's blonde hair. I don't know if they have on a wig. I didn't see exactly what happened over there.
Ooh, a pile driver. That's Tony Fall.
Is that?
Sure, look at the hair.
You're right, it's
That's
Boy
Fall.
Tony. Oh, come on. Here comes Tanaka, the ninja out there, too. Smothers. Now the ninja.
That's a great policy. He's got Eddie Marlin, the whole promotion on his side. They forced me into a special match, but I'm not worried about it. Look at Tracy's moves. I'm smarter than he is. I'm smarter than Eddie Marlin. I'm smarter than anybody else around here. I'm the champion. I'm a steady champion. They're going to have to beat me.
Yeah, that's smart when you come out and jump a guy when he's not even expecting. He's got another match lined up and pile drive Tracy Smothers. That was Boy Tony, who was in at the side. Look at Tanaka.
Tanaka working on the ninja. The ninja was to be Tracy Smothers' opponent in this match. Here comes Jeff Jarrett after that match. And the ninja out of the ring. Headed back now for the dressing room area. Pat Tanaka, Jeff Jarrett, David Haskins, Rick McCord, all out there working on Tracy. Tracy's holding his neck.
They pile drive him right over there on that concrete floor, and Tracy was jumped by Boy Tony in disguise. I didn't see that part of it, and maybe we'll get a chance to see that a little later. Well, it never stops. Boy Tony doing anything he can to make life miserable for the former Mid-America champion. We're going to take time out. We will be back in just a moment.
Thursday, November the 6th, Vincennes, Indiana, Championship Wrestling coming to Rivet High School. Thursday, November the 13th, Owensboro, Kentucky at the Davies County High School. Hey, Wednesday night, Evansville, let me remind you of the giveaway.
It's giveaway night at Championship Wrestling. Look at these great prizes. A fun ball, dolls for the girls, and Sammy skates. Watches, a nativity scene, headset radios, this portable air compressor, 2 bug zappers, tools for the men, cookware sets for the women. All these great prizes on giveaway night at Championship Wrestling.
Plus 5 great matches. Big Bubba goes against John Paul in an international match. The Hillbilly and Haskins against the Animals. Tanaka and the Ninja in a lumberjack match. Boy Tony and Smothers in a Mid-America title match. And then Lawler, Jarrett, and Jarrett against Sato, Goto, Tojo, and Dirty Rhodes in a handicap match.
Just because she's leaving, don't start believing that your rock and roll days are gone. 'Cause nothing lasts forever but old folks and a natural storm.
Going to be A one-fall, 15-minute time limit match. Introducing, first of all, from Arkansas, 301 pounds over on the left. That's Larry Wright. Going against him from Nashville, Tennessee at 190 pounds, Jeff Jarrett. One fall, 15-minute time limit. Referee Jerry Calhoun.
Bell time, and we're off and running in this one, Dave. We saw a little potpourri of 5 of the outstanding wrestlers in the country that was interesting to take a look at. And here's one of them live and in action.
You're right, Jeff Jarrett. Boy, he slipped out of the side headlock and put big Larry Wright down to the mat. Larry Wright, formerly Torch of Fire, Flame, and Torch. After the mask came off, he was revealed to be Larry Wright. He is big, 301 pounds. Big weight advantage over Jeff Jarrett. But look at Jeff. Athletic ability is what he's got to rely on, and so far he has looked mighty good. We are about a half minute officially into the match. Larry Wright back up on his feet. Jeff Jarrett saying, come on, help me out. Gonna need your help today. Crowd on Larry Wright a little bit. They're on him a lot, as a matter of fact. Back into the turnbuckles. Larry Wright forces Jeff Jarrett. Reversal by Jeff puts big Larry Wright into the turnbuckles across the way. And he dumped him over his back as he came off of there. Oh, body slam. Tough to do when you weigh 190 and you're trying to pick a guy up that weighs 301, but Jeff Jarrett did it. Larry Wright. He used the right fist a couple of times there. Comes with the upper arm. Now the forearm. Jeff Jarrett, nice move. He just dropped his legs out from under it. The step over toe hold by Jeff Jarrett has Wright on the mat. And, well, I thought maybe it would keep him there for a while, but Wright wisely grabbed the rope, pulled himself under the ropes, and that called for the break. Jeff Jarrett, Larry Wright, both back on their feet. Jeff wrapped that left arm up. Larry Wright pulling back the right fist, but the referee's right there. Hair pulling. And the referee caught him, and he makes him break the hold. Top wrist lock by Jeff Jarrett. Jeff making good use of several holds here in this match. But it's hard to combat a guy who's pulling your hair every time you get a good hold set up. 2.5 minutes gone. Jeff Jarrett wraps up that left arm. Right. Off the rope. Runs into the upper arm. Jeff Jarrett with a cover. One. Count of one is all he can get. Right. Able to break the cover at that point. Jeff again goes for the left arm. Puts a half twist on it and then bars it. Great strategy by Jeff Jarrett. If you can keep Larry Wright trying to figure a way to get out of a hole, and boy, that's a way to get out of it, but it's tough on the eyes. But if you can keep him trying to figure a way to get out of a hole, then he can't do all of those horrible things to you. There's a cover by Larry Wright. One. Count of about 1.5. Jeff able to break out of it. Boy, this Wright is huge. Headbutt. That staggers Jeff. Right round behind him. Looked like a forearm, but actually I think he hit him with a fist. Jeff Jarrett battling his way back. Go, Jeff, go, the crowd says. And Jeff looking good. Hey, drop kick puts the big guy down to the mat. 4 minutes, 20 seconds gone. Jeff Jarrett in the air, body slammed by Larry Wright. Wright drops down, lower leg and the knee right over the forehead. Look out, Wright up on the middle rope. Oh, as he jumps down, Jeff Jarrett moves out of the way. Jeff got him with a good upper arm coming off of there. Backs him into the ropes again. Jeff sets up with a drop kick, and he got him. He puts him down. Counts it 1, 2. He got him. 4 minutes, 57 seconds, and a masterful match by Jeff Jarrett. He did lots of things right in that one, and he beat Larry Wright. 4:57 again the time.
Boy, I'll tell you, Dave, it is still hard for me to believe that young fella has had no more professional ring time than he has had.
Just a very few months. That's right. Looked good.
Absolutely looked good in there. Just a pure athlete, and that's what it takes. We still got plenty of action to go. We've got an 8-man tag match coming up, and then, well, we've got Tracy Smothers out here. How's that neck, Trace? Boy, let's get down here if we can, please. Pile drive you right on that concrete floor twice when you weren't looking. Took you when you weren't. That'll tell you what kind of guy you're dealing with.
Yeah, Lance. Tony Falk, you didn't just try to beat me. You tried to cripple me. Let me tell you something, brother. You're no champion. You're not a champion at all. All you are is a nothing happening Boy George reject. That's all you are. No, my neck is sore right now, and it's stiff, and it's going to get stiffer, but I don't care. I'm going to keep a cool head, and I'm going to get my belt back. And when I get my belt back, I'm going to try to cripple you. I'm going to cripple you. If I die trying, I'm coming after you.
Okay, Tracy, you better get some rest with that. We'll take time out now, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Furniture here in Evansville, and as you can see, we're stacked to the ceiling with furniture. Here's some of the bargains we got for you. How about these all-wood dinette sets, starting as low as only $149. These beautiful recliners are normally $199. We've got them now for only $97. And this 10-piece pit group, normally $12.99, is now only $6.99. Got these complete all-wood bunk bed sets, starting as low as only $149. That's at Lawler's Discount Furniture Store, 1500 North Garvin, right here in Evansville.
All of a sudden, the ring fills up, and brother, look at this. Yamamoto down beating on the edge of the ring on Jerry Garman. We've got an 8-man match with Sato, Goto, Bass, and Rhodes going against the Bryant brothers. And their partners are Garman and Traylor.
Yeah, that's Benny Traylor in there right now. Out on the ring apron, Jerry Garman, Randy Bryant, and his brother Robert Bryant. In the ring, coming in the ring right now, Tarzan Goto replacing Don Bass. Boy, this one started just in a wild free-for-all. Finally, everybody went back to their respective corners. Goto making the tag. Akio Sato coming in. Benny Traylor picked up in the air and body slammed by the Japanese wrestler out of Tokyo. Traylor pulled back over into the corner of the Japanese team, and Don Bass and Dirty Rhodes over to the corner. The tag made. Jerry Garman comes in. Dirty Rhodes grabs him. Meanwhile, Tojo went around the ring. Benny Traylor was out on the floor, and Tojo smacked him across the back of the head with that kendo stick.
Garman driven into the elbow, the point of it, of Dirty Rhodes, and Goto takes over again. They are brutalizing him, and now Garman trying to make his way back.
He gets the tag, and that's Robert Bryant coming in. Robert and his brother Randy out of Bartlett, Tennessee. Oh, Robert taking a beating here as Goto drops down on the top of it.
he was able to get Goto off, but I don't know whether that was a good idea or not. One more count, and it would have saved a lot of misery in there. There comes Randy in the ring, Randy Bryant, and Dirty Rhodes takes over. Look at him go after this guy. Good night.
Well, the total weight we didn't mention, it's about a 200-pound weight advantage for the team of Dirty Rhodes, Don Bass, and the Japanese over the Bryant brothers, Garmin and Trailer. It runs about 890 on that side to almost 1,100 across the way.
Randy Bryant just absolutely being overwhelmed by Dirty Rhodes. He's got a hammerlock on him now, driving the arm up, slams him hard, starts kicking him. And I'll tell you, this is where were it within our providence to do it, we would ring the bell and say, enough is enough. They are just killing these kids. But then that would take away some of the distinguishing features of professional wrestling, where guys, when they get into it, they know they better be able to stay in there when the going gets tough, or they're not going to last very long. The Bryants are finding that out right now. That's Randy being worked over by Akio Sato.
Well, they're all really working on that upper left arm and shoulder. Bryant holding on to it. Can't do much to defend himself. They got him up in the air now. Dirty Rhodes, wow.
Stuck him on the shoulder like a side of beef, and then took him over in a suplex fashion, slammed him down hard, and now he's trying to break his arm off. Boy, I wish the referee would start considering ringing that bell. Just entirely too much. Look at Goto. He's the one that's got a head like concrete anyhow. Goto viciously assaulting Randy Bryant. Tag on Don Bass. Oh, they're all getting in on this slaughter.
Boy, they sure are. And Randy slowly starting toward his corner. Not easy to find in a situation like that when you've been beaten up like this kid has.
Is that right?
And they get right in between him and the corner and say, you're not going any further. And that's exactly what happened as Don Bass cut him off. Right in the middle of the ring. Now here comes Sato back in. Randy Bryant been in there a long time. We're at 5 minutes, 20 seconds.
Good. Eddie Marlin comes in and says that's good.
Yeah.
There's no use letting him break that boy's shoulder.
Boy, do I back that up 100%. Eddie Marlin comes in, throws in the towel. It's just, oh, good night. Yamamoto swinging that kendo stick. Man, I wish somebody would take that thing and wrap it around his neck. They got Randy Bryant still in the ring, and they're kicking and beating on him. Robert was trying to pull him out of there.
Now they're still working on that shoulder. Now they got him out of the ring. Denny Trailer and Robert Bryant and Eddie Marlin helping him out of here. Thank goodness. Well, that's it. Promoter stopped that one by throwing in the towel. The time on it was 5 minutes, 30 seconds.
I don't want to make any more comments about it. There's your winners. We'll take time out. We'll be back in a moment.
Wednesday night, you're talking about big action, 5 great matches, plus a giant giveaway.
It's giveaway night at Championship Wrestling. Look at these great prizes. A fun ball, dolls for the girls, and Sammy skates. Watches, a nativity scene, headset radios, this portable air compressor, 2 bug zappers, tools for the men, cookware sets for the women. All these great prizes on giveaway night at Championship Wrestling.
All of that giveaway, brother, plus 5 matches will be headlined by a handicapped hospital elimination match. Now, I understand you had something to say about this.
Something to say, I guess, brother. There's an old cliche Lance Russell says, if you're stupid, you don't open your mouth and remove all doubt. But, brother, I'm going to tell you something. Jeff Jarrett, and Jerry Lawler, you signed, brother, to show the world you were stupid. JoJo, you told me them people retarded. Now I know for a fact. Can you imagine 3 of them against 4 people like me, Tojo, and his Imperial men? Brother, you're going to get hurt. That's plain and simple. And outside that, it's a match. If we beat you 1, 2, 3, that don't stop it. You understand that? If we throw you over the top rope and break your arm, that don't stop it. That is, of course, unless your arm is the bone is protruding through and there's blood coming out, because the rules state that you have to have blood coming from one part of your body, be it your arm, your leg, your eyes, your nose, your mouth, or whatever. And Tojo's told me that if we just pop them right upside that head and make that ear bleed, they walk around retarded too, you know, like they really are. Baby, look at there. You tell him, Tojo, person about Jerry Jarrett, what kind of chicken he is, one-eyed, low-down skunk.
Well, Jerry Jarrett, I tell you what, he's a no-good, coward, yellow dog. He hides behind his son. The son hides behind his daddy, and now the daddy and the son try to hide behind the Queen Law.
That's right. Well, we're going to be seeing Wednesday night. Don't forget, all the team has to be stopped before it's over with.
Okay, we're going to be ready to go with our final bout here in just a moment. That one, we're going to have a couple of Bubbas teaming together, going against Rick McCord and John Paul. And speaking of Bubbas, the biggest I know, Big Bubba, the international heavyweight champ, 407 pounds of him.
That's right, Lance Russell, the international champ, Big Bubba. Bubba's the name. Big's what you see right here. Let me tell you something. I have some questions that need answering here, Lance Russell. I want to know something. What does it take to get a main event match in this area? Every night I wrestle first, second match, and I stand in the corner over here. I never say a word. I look out there and I see a bunch of shrimpy, snotty-nosed punks wrestling main event. People like Tracy Smothers, Pat Tanaka, Jeff Jarrett, Jerry Jarrett, and King Jerry Lawler. I look all over every town I go to. Jerry Lawler, Jerry Lawler. Well, let me explain something to you guys out there. Every time I get into the ring every night now, from now on, I'm going to be eating me a shrimp dinner. I want all those people to watch out there, especially you, King Jerry Lawler, because when I'm finished with you, brother, when I finish humiliating you in front of your friends and beating on your body, they're going to be changing that marquee up there to Queen Jerry Lawler, because I'm going to be in that ring taking care of business like it should be done.
I'm not going to argue with you.
And let me tell you something. No, be quiet. I'm going to start inflicting pain, because inflicting pain on bodies is the only way to be noticed. And I'm going to start hurting people. And I'm going to start right now in this ring.
Well, there he goes, heading to the ring. He's got Big Bubba, the international champ, and his partner is going to be the Brawler Monroe. And I just can't tell you how big that guy is. And you will never be able to fully appreciate it until you stand beside him. He is a giant, Davey.
Big Bubba with his partner Bubba Monroe waiting right there in the ring. Excitement Incorporated has arrived. They're there. We're talking about Rick McCord and John Paul. McCord steps out of the ring. John Paul's going to start against Big Bubba. Big Bubba at 6'7", 407, and as Lance has told you, you just can't imagine how huge this guy is until you stand beside him.
Now, Paul,
he's huge.
A big man.
Oh, yeah.
He is a big man, and he looks like a squirt standing up there next to this guy. Boy, I don't know what you do with him. I know one thing. I don't believe I would meet him head on. The temptation is to prove what a man you are, but good night. He's really, now that's what you need to do. John Paul stomped on his toe. There's a tag on the Brawler, Bubba Monroe. Monroe comes in, of course, as we said last week, but if you weren't watching last week, you missed it. This is the son of the renowned, infamous, or whatever word you want to use with it, Sputnik Monroe. Boy, he looks a lot like Sputnik.
He does look a lot like Sputnik. Yeah, I guess Sputnik is legendary, but infamous also sounds like a good word to describe him. John Paul coming back in after the tag by Rick McCord. They're holding Bubba Monroe's arm out there, and they're going to work on Bubba Monroe.
Hey, with no disrespect to Bubba Monroe, I believe I'd keep him in there till the end of the match. I would not let him get near that corner.
Count of one. Bubba breaks out of it at the 1 count. You're absolutely right. Oh, reverse neck breaker. Goaded by McCord. If he can come back with a cover and hold him down here, he may have it. Count as 1, 2. Monroe able to break it at the 2 count. Good move by Rick McCord. He makes a tag on John Paul. Now, the less they see of Big Bubba, the better their chances of winning this match.
That's true. Bubba Monroe not one to give it up lightly, I'll tell you for a fact, as John Paul tried to get a pin also, and he busted his way out of it. Monroe now going after Rick McCord, and there's the tag on Big Bubba.
As if he needed any help, Bubba Monroe was holding McCord back in the corner for a moment. Wow.
You could feel it, not only hear it, you could feel it all the way over here when he hit. Look at that. He just pressed McCord up like he was a piece of wood, nothing.
Not 1 but 2, not 2 but 3 backbreakers by Big Bubba.
And then tossed him aside, Dave. Just pitched him aside. Tag on the brawler.
Big Bubba leaves, and he tells Bubba Monroe, now take care of business. He's got the headlock on Rick McCord.
Of course, has had the advantage, if that's what you want to say. And yeah, in all honesty, I'm sure it is an advantage, as we've seen with Jerry Jarrett, to have a second-generation situation. But in his case, I'm sure his dad has taught him a lot of little shortcuts, because he was always quite a brawler himself. Tag back to Bubba Monroe. Every time he tags Monroe, it almost puts Monroe in shock because he slaps it so hard. Wow.
There's a jab in the throat. Bubba Monroe drops down, but Rick McCord moved out of the way. Moves again. Bubba didn't learn the first time. He went back the second time with the same result. Rick McCord's been in there a long time. He needs a tag. He's still a long way from the corner, but he's headed that way. He didn't get there either.
No, he didn't quite make it. Uh-oh, but Bubba Monroe did. Big Bubba stepping back through. He beels McCord out of that corner and tags her right back. He's getting a little hot at his own partner. As he said, take care of him now. Get him out there and take care of him. There's the tag on John Paul. Our time is running out. John Paul throws a backdrop on Bubba Monroe. Well, I'll tell you what, if Bubba Monroe loses this son of a gun, I don't want to have to report back. I think Paul had the pin, but Big Bubba just jumped right in there.
Yeah, I think he had him beat. Had him beat if Big Bubba hadn't arrived when he did. Oh, the referee goes down as he and John Paul are thrown together. Now Big Bubba picks John Paul up. He slams him. Oh, sits down on the top of him. Bubba Monroe with a cover. Counts 1, 2. The match is over. 5 minutes, 57 seconds. Give most of the credit to Big Bubba, but Bubba Monroe there for the final Count of 3. John Paul and Rick McCord, Excitement Incorporated, lose it. Again, 5:57 the time.
That is correct, and Big Bubba is the man who turned the tide when the referee got knocked down and took care of it in there. We're going to have to take care of business right here, and we'll be back in just a moment. The Bubbers were just too much in that last match, Dave.
Especially Big Bubba. Boy, he came in there, and he really had it wrapped up so that when Bubba Monroe came in the ring, there wasn't much to do except hold him for the count.
Yeah, with the referee down, he couldn't see that that Big Bubba's the one that came in and kicked John Paul right in the back and then got him over in a position where Bubba Monroe could get down and get to 1, 2, 3.
Exactly. I said when he came in the ring, he was already in the ring. There was a little double teaming going on there. Well, Pat Tanaka won his match. Dennis Hall, Dolly Parker winners. No match between Tracy Smothers and the Ninja because Tracy was jumped by Boy Tony from outside. Jeff Jarrett defeats Larry Wright. It was Sato, Goto, Rhodes, and Bass defeating the Bryant brothers, Garman, and Traylor. And then, we were just talking about it, Big Bubba and Bubba Monroe getting the win over Excitement Incorporated. A tough team in their own right, Rick McCord and John Paul. And as you pointed out, they're pretty good size, especially John Paul, but they look very, very small when compared with this Big Bubba at 4'07", 6'7".
Yeah,
he's huge.
Something, and I'll tell you, this guy is so strong. Did you notice the way he pressed McCord up?
And just
hey, that tells us we got to get out of here.